payback? Y'all ready? I am. Let's go. Any day now. What's good, everybody? Hold up. Wait. Let's open up those paws. Let's open up those paws. Let's open those paws up. And that grass ain't greener on the other side. Ha ha. Breezy. What's good, everybody? Y'all know what it is. It's Thursday, May 1st. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. Yes, we made it another day. Another day above ground, everybody. How is everybody doing? We doing good up in here. As long as we made it another day, I'm satisfied. How's everybody under the sound of my voice? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And yes, it's another episode of Our Bottom Line. How's everybody doing? It's great out here in New York because what? We made it another day, y'all. Okay. That's what we did. How's everybody in here? Who we got up in the building this morning? Remember, when you chime in, you got to put your state, city, or country, because we like to know who we talking to so we can pull information tomorrow or soon, and we'll be able to have a conversation with you guys about where you're from. So now we're going to get up in this comments right here and see who's in the building this morning. Bill Andy's up in here real early from Alaska. We got Batty Lynn, good morning from Detroit. She's sipping on that coffee or that tea. Rebecca, yes, good morning from Grand Rapids, Michigan. What's good? I see Alaska. I already see you, Bill. Kendra, we can't forget about Kendra Walker out there in VA. Uh-oh, she's chilling, got the smile on her face. She's ready to go. Got it all popping and everything. VIP Auction Group. Like, subscribe, support the channel, y'all. VIH Super Chat. And I know you said hi because VIP Auction Group, you're an honorary host. I can't even front. Everybody in the building, y'all already know the love that I have for you guys. And I thank you guys for all of the support. But guess what? We got work to do because I got a lot in the titles. I got a lot in the clip. So we got to really pay attention to what we have because we got a lot of follow-ups. We have some direct conversation from President Trump and just so much more. Laws being passed. We got some stuff to smile about, some stuff to cry about. It's just what goes on in the world. So guess what? Like I always tell you guys, don't kill the messenger. It's just the message that needs to be put out. We listen, we find out what we got going on, and then we assess what we want to do. We don't worry about the networks. We don't worry about if it's Fox, MSNBN, CNN. We don't care if it's coming from Kingston, Jamaica, because we have some information for Jamaica today. We have a few people them that was from Jamaica, so we got to show some love. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into these titles and let me show you what we have set for today. Without any further ado, what do we have here? We have Trump. Is he using his power for payback? We have many people who feel that since Trump is coming to the office of being president, that he is now utilizing that power to possibly go at people who were trying to bring much mayhem and problems to him. What he says when it comes down to his campaign, when it came down to many legal crimes and things of that nature. So much. So the question is Trump is he using his power for payback? That's the question. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. What else we got here? We got ICE releases record-breaking, never-seen-before numbers on the border. As you know, that's one success that Trump has taken accountability for. 99.1% less crossings since he's taken over. We want to keep on moving, you guys. We've already got nearly 40 families lose homes as fire spread through Kingston, Jamaica. This is a sad story, and hopefully everybody out there is much better now and has found refuge and their families are safe. And last but not least, what do we have here? And you know, we can't let it go without making sure that she's in her right garb. We have Governor Jokul Hochul, and oh, this actually rhymes, and it goes along with P. Diddy being right next to her. Y'all ready for this? Governor Jokul Hochul and local Republicans ask Amtrak to reconsider the East River Tunnel. If I were them, I'd say no. No matter what Kathy Jokul Hochul asks when it comes down to Amtrak, I don't care if it's McDonald's. At this point, I would say no because of the way that she's been running her administration, the way that she has not been, good as far as what I feel as a governor, and that's just on my account, my accord, and what I've been seeing. So when it comes down to Kathy Jokul Hochul, I would say give her as much pushback as possible because of the fact of the matter is she's only doing things in the manner that she wants things to happen and allegedly stealing money from us when it comes down to congestive pricing in New York. We're going to keep on moving, you guys. We got to go right into these. We got to get right into this clip because we've got President Trump who had a sit down this morning and basically he had a sit down yesterday with ABC and basically in an exclusive ABC interview, he basically said that his administration must act fast when it comes down to deportations. I want you guys to see this right here. They're saying things like, why are you putting people out as far as when it comes to deportations? Or should we send these people to court? Should criminals as well as illegal immigrants have their just due? That's what we're talking about here in this exclusive interview. We get it right from the horse's mouth, you guys. Good morning. Hope everybody's good. Let's get right into it.
On to immigration. And as you said, it is an undeniable fact that illegal crossings at the southern border have plummeted, a staggering decline. But there are questions about your methods. And so I want to ask
about my message?
Methods, about your methods, how you're accomplishing
They seem to work.
Do you acknowledge that under our law, every single person who gets deported gets a hearing first to make their case?
Well, are we talking about people that are citizens of our country or not?
No, you're not deporting citizens at this point.
Well, let me ask you, did they get hearings when Biden allowed 21 million, because I think the number is 20 million people to flow into our country? You had 21 million people that came into our country through a stupid open border, and they were prisoners, and they were people that you don't want in many cases in our country, right? They came from all over the world. They came from the Congo. They came from South. They came from all over the world. We're talking about some of the roughest countries in the world. They had here, including terrorists, by the way. Now,
but
did we give them a hearing when they came in?
Well, the law requires that every single person who is going to be deported gets a hearing first.
Well,
do you acknowledge that?
I'll have to ask the lawyers about that. All I can say is this: if you're going to have 21 million people, and if we have to get a lot of them out because they're criminals, we're going to have to act fast. We can't. Do you think we can give 21 million trials? Let's say each trial takes 2 weeks. Is that what you want us to do?
The law
give
is the law, sir. The law is the law, and you are
the law
sworn
doesn't say
to
anything
uphold it.
about trials.
No, not trials, hearings. I said
These
hearings.
people came in, they're not citizens. They came in illegally. They came into our country illegally.
And
We have to get them out.
There's a legal process for that.
I can't, sure, and we follow the legal process. I can't have a trial, a major
I'm
trial
not
for
saying
every
major.
person that came in illegally. We have thousands of murderers that came in. They're going to murder people. They already have murdered people in our country.
Right, so
we have to get them out,
they're
and we have to
bad
get them
guys,
out fast.
really bad guys. But in our country, even bad guys get due process, right?
If people come into our country illegally, there's a different standard. These are illegal. They came in illegally.
But they get due process.
Well, they get a process where we have to get them out. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the Venezuelans.
They get whatever my lawyers say.
Right. All right, let's talk about the Venezuelans. You deported more than 200 Venezuelans to that prison in El Salvador. You say they're violent, they're gang members, they're terrorists. Many of them don't have a criminal record at all.
Well,
but I want to.
I'm not so sure about that. If you take a look,
I want to read you something.
Excuse me. When you look at those people, they were violent people. They were violent people.
But many of them don't have a criminal record
Go
at this
ahead.
point.
I want
That's
what you say.
Well, it's based on their lawyer, what their lawyers have said. Okay.
Got to keep going, you guys. We got to get the rest of this. I don't know what they're doing to us right now. We got to keep going. All right, y'all. We going to keep going. We can't do this. We can't do it. We can't do it. We can't go with the circle of life. Thank you. Thank you for that content. But yes, we always stack the deck anyway. We're going to keep on moving forward. I want to know what you guys have to say about that, because can we have a trial for each and every one of these people? Do y'all think that that's feasible? Because that's what it seems like certain parties want to happen. And between you and I, again, I'm going to start off like this. I'm not a Republican, not an independent, and I'm not a Democrat. I'm a human being. But I agree with Trump when it comes down to this. How about that? How about you don't have to be part of a party to agree with somebody on one point? That's the point that I actually agree with him on. I don't necessarily feel like everyone needs to have a trial. You guys can kill me in the comments. I'm going to read what you have to say, because now we got these staggering numbers that ICE has released when it comes down to record-breaking data on the first 100 days. This has never been done before. I want you guys to check this out. We got some more. We're going to keep on moving, you guys. You know we always stack the deck. I'm not going to just play one video and then come to the comments. We got to stack the deck some more, so let's do that.
President Trump's illegal immigration crackdown. ICE announcing over 66,000 illegal aliens have been arrested, with 99% of them being removed. And that includes nearly 500 either accused or convicted of murder, and over 2,200 gang members.
Nowhere has this transformation been more dramatic than our southern border. You have seen a change on your southern border that Sleepy Joe said couldn't happen. The last administration engineered a massive border invasion, allowing gangs, cartels, and terrorists to infiltrate our communities.
Florida Senator Ashley Moody joins us now. And Senator, as the president has said repeatedly, we didn't need new immigration laws. We just needed a new president.
Absolutely. And that is becoming abundantly clear to the American people, as we have seen the numbers encountered at our southern border drop almost 100%. It's really incredible, the magnitude of success that this president and his administration has had over the first 100 days. And we got to give it to the team. They are working together, working very hard, using laws aggressively to make sure they're being just as aggressive as those criminals that push their way into our country and want to hide out. I am shocked at how fast they have gotten going and gotten people out of here. As you remember, as AG, I was pushing back on what Biden did daily, only litigating in court, bringing it to Congress's attention, showing the danger to our communities, and to have a president come in and take this seriously and get the job done so quickly. I can't tell you how much that means to those of us that work so hard, and how much it means to the American families that were victimized throughout the last administration.
Yeah, Senator, shock is a good word. And I think these numbers here bear repeating. ICE announced that 66,000 illegal aliens have been arrested, with a 99% of them being removed. So there's a lot going on in the courts right now. But with a near 100% removal rate, do these rulings even really matter?
Look,
Well, that's where we're at right now. Do the rulings really matter? And I want that. I want to know that. That's why I went all the way to that point. Wanted you guys to hear those numbers. How many people have actually already been deported? Also, how many people have that came in? You guys don't even know that, right? 20 million people. So that number to me is still not enough. I know y'all gonna beat me up in the comments, but I'm all for these deportations, because it's a strain on our economy, and we need first. When we're on an airplane, what does the stewardess, what does the flight attendant tell you? She tells you this: make sure you put your mask on first, and then you take care of the person next to you. Question: why does she say that? Why does she say that? Because you can't help nobody next to you if your ass is dead. If you're not alive, you can't help nobody else. So if they keep on taking resources, monetary, and everything from the United States, what are we going to have? And I don't care what nobody says, because I deal with a business that deals with banging a nail in the ground every day, shoveling every day. And guess what? Somebody might walk up and just say, Papi, don't give him the job. I take it cheapy pay. Don't. And next thing you know, they take my business and take my people and food out of my family's mouth. So I don't care what anybody has to say when it comes down to that. I deal with that. When this suit come off after an hour and a half of us doing our bottom line, I got to go bang a nail. There you go. Had my business for 15 years. I don't want my landlords coming to me saying, hey, I got a guy that said he'll do it for cheaper. It's not fair, and I ain't going for it. We're going to keep on moving right along, yo, because we got this judge that just got what? Oh, we got one more video before I come to the comments. I'm reading all that. Keep on stacking it. Please stay on topic, because y'all see what we're talking about. We're talking about illegal arrest, illegal immigration, what Trump has to say about it, right? I mean, illegal immigration deportations, because I know y'all get me when I mess up on my sentence structure. Okay, let me keep on going forward, because this judge just got them silver bracelets. And you know what they said to her? Watch your head. That's when they put you in the car like this. And then you sitting there thinking, like, was I stupid enough to lose a job where I was making $175,000 trying to save an illegal immigrant? Think about it before you do it. Because now I think other federal judges are going to start thinking about it before they do what this judge did. Check this out, y'all.
Judicial pushback against President Trump's immigration crackdown. This comes after dozens were arrested in January during Border Patrol's Operation Return to Sender, where agents rounded up people determined to have entered who were determined to have entered the country illegally. Yesterday, California District Judge Jennifer Thurston demanded CBP agents cannot arrest suspected illegal migrants without a warrant or reason to believe the person is a flight risk before they can get one.
Also in the courtroom out of Wisconsin, the state Supreme Court temporarily suspending a judge charged with obstruction of justice. Hannah Dugan is the judge, arrested after allegedly helping an illegal immigrant evade arrest. Garrett Tenney is live with the latest on the developments today. Garrett, what you find out?
Yeah, well, Bill, the timing of this move to relieve Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan of her duties is notable, given that it took the state Supreme Court more than 4 days to make this decision. Also, given that the judge is facing federal charges for obstruction, which is a felony. And while she is presumed innocent until proven guilty, under Wisconsin state law, you legally can't hold public office if you've been convicted of a felony. It is also notable that the High Court did not include in its order that Judge Dugan's salary be withheld while she is on administrative leave, meaning she will continue to receive her $174,000 salary while her own court case plays out. Despite that, her legal team released a statement saying, "We are disappointed that the court acted in unilateral fashion. We continue to assert Judge Dugan's innocence and look forward to her vindication in court." The chief judge of Milwaukee Circuit Court says other judges are shaken by the manner in which Dugan was arrested at the courthouse in her robes, and says he's working on a new policy laying out when and where federal agents can make arrests.
In a perfect world, we would have the opportunity to have a courthouse where people would never have to worry about coming there for their activities. But the reality is there are legal parameters which allow the government to effectuate warrants, and we're not going to interfere with that.
Okay, the reason I stopped it right there is because if you're in court and let's say the Federal Bureau of Investigations or IRS or some other court sends some officers to pick you up, you're a regular citizen. You deal with that all the time. Excuse me, sir, can you come here for a minute? And you're like, what happened? Well, we got this other case that we want to talk to you about. And guess what happens? Right back in another call again, and you're going right to whatever that case got to do with. So he's right about that. When you're in the courthouse, that's where they come to get you, because it tells, oh, this person got a case coming up. Let's go see if we can catch them when they come out of court. Let's keep it going.
It also appears Judge Dugan is gearing up to vigorously fight the charges against her with an all-star legal team. Our Milwaukee Fox affiliate reports former U.S. Solicitor General Paul Clement has joined Dugan's defense team. Clement, who served under former President George W. Bush, was described as a LeBron James of lawyers by Bloomberg Law and has argued more than 100 cases before the U.S. Supreme Court.
Okay, so they got a good lawyer. We already know where it's going to go. It's going to play out in court. but y'all know where I'm at. I'm in the comments. I got a lot to read. Okay, let me catch up to what y'all got to say. Let me see. Christina, she said, jump in to say hi. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Legend said, yeah, okay, tell him VIP, like, subscriber, and support the channel. No doubt. Spartacus says, imagine that. Who's going to judge the judge now? LOL. Good. Glad she got arrested. Busted. Junior says 229 viewers and only 23 likes. Let's get those likes up, y'all. Come on, y'all. We got Tim Harsher says it's too early to roll one. No doubt. Captain says Diddy also has the whatever. The good lawyer didn't seem to help him. I'm gonna say that again because that was a good comment. Captain Blackbird said Diddy also has a good lawyer. Didn't seem to help him. Legend said, I'm going to keep saying it until them likes go up. I see 215 people and 18 likes. Double tap that screen. Tony Yu says, IE in the house. I'm in San Fernando Valley. Kendra, what's good? What's good? All right, y'all. What's up with San Fernando Valley? What's going on out there? Get to the point. Get to the point. What else we got out here? I want to read what you guys got to say about this. Okay. Who else have a YouTube channel? Picture YouTube channel in the comments, and it will subscribe to your channel. No doubt, no doubt. What else we got up in here? I want to see what you guys got to say about those other topics that we already passed on. What we got up on the top up here? Okay, why are you so scared all the time? Fear mongers. What else you got here? We got Reverend Light Kev. Imagine having a stutter on the news. Okay. Okay, what else we got? We got VIP auction group that says Captain needs to walk the plank. Okay. Okay, we got one. Okay, that was fast. That was fast. Boom! That was fast, VIP. You got him out here quick. Damn, we thought it was a game. Okay, he's gone. Okay, bye-bye, Captain. He's gone, y'all. What else we got? Guy says, Captain Blackbird, just leave. Go. Don't worry about it. He's gone. Reverend Light Kev says, I thought he was finna shove some up there. Wait a minute. Nothing says Trump would put you in the car too. Let's keep on going, you guys. I want you guys to keep on staying on topic. This is something that you guys might find racial. You might not like it. You may feel that it's something that may hit home, but I kind of agree with this one too. You're driving. And next thing you know, it's a trucker that drives next to you, and he cuts you off. And you're like, hey, what's going on over there? And then he talks to you and says, and you're like, huh? You don't understand his language because he doesn't speak English. Do you think that all drivers that drive trucks should speak English? Because there's a controversy going on right now because Trump is making an order that require all truckers to speak English. Check this out, you guys. I don't know if people agree with this, but this is something that Trump is now trying to pass, where he's saying he's requiring all truckers to speak English. Do you agree?
Should be able to speak English 100%.
Alan Gaines notes drivers need to speak English to communicate with others and even ask for directions. In an executive order, the president agrees with him, saying proficiency in English should be a non-negotiable safety requirement for professional drivers. They should be able to read and understand traffic signs, communicate with traffic safety, border patrol, agricultural checkpoints, and cargo weight limit station officers. Drivers need to provide feedback to their employers and customers and receive related directions in English. This is common sense.
I think that is more a political propaganda by President Trump.
Rigo,
See, and the thing about it that I notice, and I know people in the comments gonna get me for this. A lot of times when you're the same race as somebody, you agree with them. Y'all gonna get me on that. This dude, he speaks okay English. So he's one of the people that they basically talking about. What's wrong with being able to communicate and being able to have dialogue with people in that language? Not only does it help the communication, it also gets you further. Understanding the English language, it makes you be able to go outside of your own little network and your own people. How do I know this? I live in a neighborhood that has a lot of Hispanic people. And some of them, yes, they can operate in the small network of people that understand their language. But if they could learn even more, they could operate outside of that, deal with much more English-speaking people, and bring more monetary back to their families and help them out much more. So again, I agree with this point here. That's my reasoning.
Diaz is CEO of Simplex Group, a national safety regulation consulting firm for trucking companies.
This regulation has been in place for over 30 years. The exams, the state exams, and the signage, safety signage and road signages are in English. So I don't see why President Trump is doing this.
Yo por lo menos me puedo comunicar y hablar y
Trucker Hermes Duran said he is able to at least communicate and speak in English, but he realizes if his English is not good enough, an official could force him out of service, essentially out of a job if they don't understand him.
Wasn't sure what insurance.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what's going
So
on?
I hired an insurance
All right. So I want to know, I'm in the comments, y'all. I want to know what y'all think about that. And I'm not being racist. I was not being racist. I'm not. I'm just telling you, and that was my reasoning. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard what I said. I want to know what you guys have to say. Chris G says, read this message out loud. This is America. Our language is English. Anyone who want to come and live here should speak our language. Plain and simple. That's what Chris G said. I agree with him wholeheartedly. Legend says, if you love Trump, smash that like button. Okay, everyone is welcome here. Just don't be rude, ASF, because yeah, you're going to get up out of here. These people do not play when it comes down to these mods, yo, and these hosts. These co-hosts ain't no joke. Y'all keep on playing. Bill Andy says, something as critical and dangerous as trucking with materials they handle needs to be English speaking. What else we got? Legend says, why do I only see 33 thumbs up? Smash that like button, y'all. Tony Yu says, as a Latino, I agree. Plus, Latino like speaking English makes us feel smart. There you go, Tony Yu. Thank you so much for saying the truth. Thank you for keeping the truth out there. Kendra, how you doing? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, like, subscribe, support the channel. Y'all hear what these people are telling y'all to do. Batty Lynn says, I agree with Trump. Says, I agree with Trump. You need to speak English in order to communicate along their routes. I agree with Batty on that one. What else we got here? We got Liam that says, if they can't speak English, only Mexican, may I suggest they stay in Mexico. It would benefit them a lot more. Haha. And we got Legend. We're going to take two more. We got Jason says, about time only makes sense to be able to read the signs and be able to talk to emergency personnel. And another Tom B says, if you can't read it, that's good. How is that good? I don't understand how that's good. I don't understand what you mean by that, Tom. I don't understand what y'all mean by that. But check this out. Y'all going to see right now. President Trump basically is delivering the remarks on the American process, the progress, and speaking directly to business owners, all right? This one right here, I love this because guess what he's making them do? He's making them come to our country and build over here. At first, it was just the car manufacturing people. So I'm like, okay, so if you got something to do with cars and semiconductors, you're going to probably make some money if you're in that field. No, I love the fact that now it's much more fields. Y'all know that Samsung is about to build some stuff out here? Hey, that means that we can, like people like me, I can start sending stuff to the United States version of Samsung instead of worrying about trying to speak to the people all the way overseas. Maybe able to do some better business this way. And it's about 300 companies that sat down and talked about this. If y'all appreciate the content, I'm going to ask you guys right now to double tap that screen so we can get those likes up. What that does is it gets more people over here so they can see what we're doing. That's why the hosts are so concerned, because they really want you guys to get the message and understand what happens here. There's a lot of new people that are just like, oh, this guy's playing video clips. He's in a suit or whatever. You know, got jokes going on, but that's not what we do at our bottom line. Yes, we play video clips, but also we have a sense of community here where everybody can say what they feel. We do this every single day, and we really have some good action going on over here. Very good channel. I got to tell you, if I do say so myself, it's not my channel. I just host and play the clips and say comments. If you guys wasn't here, I'd be talking to my phone. Think about it. Now we're getting back to these videos. I want you guys to see what we got going on here when it comes down to what's happening with new companies coming over to bring some of that bread to us, y'all. Let's go.
Some of them don't bother calling us. Some of them don't even want meetings. They just start their plants and start their factories. I want to express my tremendous appreciation to the business leaders here. You are really an amazing group. This is a who's who. I don't want to say, there's an expression if something ever went off, the entire industry would be wiped out, but I won't say that. I want to think very positively, and that could never happen here, could it? But I want to congratulate you all on your incredible success and accomplishments. You've been amazing. You're the biggest and the best. So I'd like to introduce some of you, President and CEO of Hyundai, Jose Munoz. Jose, thank you very much. Fantastic. Jose is investing $21 billion, including $5.8 billion for a new steel plant in Louisiana, which is a beauty. I saw a picture of it, which is going to create at least 1,500 jobs, just the plant alone. Thank you very much, Jose. Beautiful. Chairman and CEO of global shipping giant CMA, CGM, Rudolph Sadeh. Thank you, Rudolph. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Investing $20 billion in creating 10,000 new jobs at least. Thank you very much. It's fantastic. You'll be very happy. President and CEO of Toyota North America, Ted Ogawa, investing $88 billion. Where's Ted? That's fantastic. Thank you, Ted. That's fantastic. Ted's investing $88 million for car production at its West Virginia factory, which is a beauty. I've seen it, actually. Congratulations. Thank you very much for being here, Ted. Co-founder and CEO of Andrew, Brian Schimpf. Oh, Brian. Thank you, Brian. He's investing $1 billion for a new manufacturing facility in Ohio and display. Next to me is their 125-pound Roadrunner drone. Where is that little sucker? Where is it?
Not sure if you saw the news, but
yeah, y'all. So it's a lot. All of those people that were sitting there, those were tons of companies. Those were companies that basically are going to be bringing new revenue in. And when they said Samsung, I was like, yeah, because that's along the phone area and stuff like that. Also, we found out yesterday, that India is going to be the new manufacturer and in place where they put together the iPhones. You know why? Because India only has 10% tariffs, and Apple, it's smart. They say, you know what? We was giving China all our business. Vroom. Now we're sending it all over to India. What y'all got to say about this in the comments? Come on. VIP on a power trip. You're trying to get everybody out, huh? Yup. Lots of money was invested. There you go, Dilzils. One, trust in God. If you love God, double tap that screen before I go. You know, I wish I could double tap the screen, because trust in God, I definitely trust in God. And that's always going to get us through. There you go. Just don't spam, even though you're saying some fantastic stuff. VIP says, please block Sally and Captain. Damn, what's going on with y'all up there? Trust in God. Okay, wait a minute. What Captain is doing? Oh, yeah. Let me tell you what's going on, though. Not only is VIP telling me to get rid of you, your comments are being blocked. It says Captain Black message is redacted. So that means you're wilding out. So let me explain something to you. When that happens, that's the double whammy. So you got to get up out of here, Captain. What else we got up in here? Okay. The chickens are coming home to roost. Okay, Bill Andy, get Captain Blackbird out of here. He's out of here. Boom! Out of here. Y'all ready to go? Here we go. On the 1, 2, 3. Boom! Out of here. Captain is gone. Okay, what else we got up in here? Damn, we got a lot of crap going on. Okay, VIP Auction Group says, give corporation tax breaks that don't outsource to foreign companies. Christina, we got him up out of there. Don't even worry about him no more. Tony says, Jose Munoz. Tom says, mass murderer. What are you talking about, man? Y'all got to stay on topic. Let's stay on topic, because we have a better conversation. Sally says, it's not really about what you are wearing. It's about the crazy 6 a.m. hate and how you keep watching the TV and commenting about like a crazy person. So why are you here, Sally? Let me get you up out of here, because you don't make no sense. Boom! For real. Let me just save you some time. Okay, let me save you some time. Real talk. Let me just save her some time, because now we're going to get into some money. And guess who's about to lose it? I'm not going to say corrupt, because I might get in trouble for that. But shifty, low down, dirty and grimy. Shifty, low down, gritty and grimy. Administrators, senators, people in Congress, their loved ones, and their husbands, and let's just say their counterparts, right? We got this situation now where the Senator Josh Hawley, he reignites the controversial bill that directly affects politicians' pockets, such as who? Nancy Pelosi and her husband. Let's get into this right here, you guys, because as you know, Nancy Pelosi has been in politics since pictures has been taken in black and white. Yeah, probably about 20 something years old. They got pictures of Nancy Pelosi sitting next to George Washington. So that means she's been doing stuff for a long time. Started off broke in Congress as a small person. I mean, in politics as a small person. Boom, elevated herself up, and now she got that money, 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 to the point where there's people out here that made an app that follows her and her husband's trades. And all of these guys have been making tons of money off of the app. Don't believe me? Google it right now. Just Google this app for Nancy Pelosi and watch what happens. Yeah, it's legal too. So you better get on it fast, because this right here is going to shut them down, what I'm about to show you right here. When this new bill come in, a lot of these guys are not going to be able to do what they normally have been doing. You're going to see a lot of them quitting because they're really there for the financial gain, if you think about it. Let's go.
Senator Josh Hawley is reigniting his bill to ban lawmakers and their spouses from trading stocks while in office. It's all to prevent elected leaders from owning certain securities and investments. It's called the Pelosi Act, maybe appropriately named for our favorite. I know Jackie's a favorite of hers, because no one buys a dip like the former Speaker of the House. The bill is gaining bipartisan support amongst lawmakers, and President Trump says he would absolutely sign it. Because remember, Americans sent them to Congress to work, not get rich off of day trading. Jackie, I know that you follow the Pelosi stock tracker on X just as much as I do to see what call options she's buying and selling. This is interesting. So this would obviously prevent them from holding or trading individual stocks, related financial instruments, other than diversified investment funds or treasuries, which they could do. Your thoughts?
Well, the brains behind the Pelosi operation is Paul. He's the one, executing the options strategies. She's the one funneling him the information. So it's got to apply to spouses also. And for those who say that, people in Congress also deserve a right to be participants in the market, I think they should be. I just don't think they should be trading off of specific information that will have an impact and material on individual names. They can make money on index funds, ETFs, mutual funds. They can buy the market long through, a blind trust. Somebody can be making those decisions. So it wouldn't probably bar them from being participants, but they certainly don't need to do it the Pelosi way, because it's very
What's the difference between a blind trust and doing it?
That somebody.
I want to know what you guys think about that. How are they able to get in politics and do that? It seems like that's the only real reason why they get into politics and do it. I'm gonna throw a crazy curveball right here. You think Barack Obama had $400 or $300 million 20 years ago? No. In the comments I go. What we got here? Let's go. Let's go. Guy, Blackbird, go away. What we got? Pine Top says they don't know. I swear, LOL. Pine Top says I understand what you're hinting at, but most people don't. Okay, we got to stay on topic here. How the hell you get back up in here, Captain Blackbird? Wait a minute. Are you the same captain that we just got the hell up out of here? How the hell you? Wait a minute, Captain Blackbird, bro. Why would you ban me? I'm not even doing anything wrong. How the hell did you get back up in here? All right, make me mod. I will block Captain. Okay, hold on a minute. Hide user. And now I'm gonna do that in a minute. How the hell does this thing get back in here? Term limits and usual audits. What else we got? Jamie MLT says term limits and usual audits. Tony U, I got time. Don't worry about it, y'all. Don't worry about it. They don't know, I swear. What we got? So we want to be informed. If you don't, you can be free to scroll on. What else we got? Right here? We got they have to pass that law. It's not fair. Thank you, Mark, for staying on topic. Mike says, Paul, the hammer, Pelosi. Yep, y'all know what's going on over here. Jamie says, audit is the cure. Annual audit is a must. Thank you, Jamie, so much for staying on topic. Yes, thank you so much at Tanley, not you. Charles says, good for Trump. Why? Because planet is in me. Okay, okay, what else we got? I want to see. Mike says ADC become a millionaire in short order. What else we got? What else we got? Okay, y'all staying on topic. Thank you so much. Now we're gonna get to the jokester, Kathy Jokel Hochul. And this is crazy, right? Because this actually rhymes. Governor Kathy Hochul and local Republicans, they're actually together with her on this. They're asking Amtrak to consider an East River tunnel closure. And like I said, anything when it comes down to Kathy Jokel Hochul, I'm going to have to give pushback because seems like everything that she wants to get done, doing all sorts of negative things to my state, which is New York. Don't think that this person should be the governor. I want you guys to see what's going on with this right here. They're talking about asking Amtrak to reconsider a tunnel closure. I'm sure it's going to cost them tons of money. Sad thing about it is this. Governor Hochul has not diverted any of the congestive pricing money to Amtrak or to New Jersey. Y'all ain't know about that, huh? New York keeps all of that money that goes to the MTA. Normally, we fund some of it to New Jersey for the tolls to provide monetary for their side, as well as Amtrak. She kept all of the money for New York State. Y'all don't think I'm telling the truth? Please do me a favor. Look into it. Y'all gonna see. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Let's go. Let's keep on going.
Problem for mass transit in New York. 2 of the 4 train tunnels that run into Penn Station from the east side need repairs badly to fix damage done by Superstorm Sandy more than 12 years ago. But there's a disagreement. Amtrak wants to shut down 1 tunnel around the clock, which could lead to delays and disruptions on the LIRR.
On the other hand, Governor Hochul, the MTA, and others are urging Amtrak to do the repairs at night and on weekends and keep all of the tunnels open during the busy rush hour. As we said, the repairs are expected to take years.
What a conundrum. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Durkin live at Penn Station with our lead story. New.
And right, Bill, Liz mentioned the busy rush hour here at Penn Station, and you're looking at it. 450 trains roll through those East River tunnels every day. You cut capacity by 25%, and the math starts to look pretty ugly, which is why the MTA says there has to be a better way.
It's going to be a nightmare no matter how you slice it.
Long Island Railroad riders are already bracing for it, and they're not happy.
This will just
4 tunnels that carry LIRR trains out of Penn Station and beneath the East River to Queens and Long Island, and Amtrak trains to New Rochelle and on to New England. But 2 of the tunnels were so badly flooded during Superstorm Sandy that years later, they're corroded and crumbling. The tunnels are owned by Amtrak, and beginning next month, they will be shut down, stripped to the walls, and rebuilt. Each tunnel consecutively for a total of 3 years, cutting capacity by 25%.
Well, if Kathy Jokel Hochul didn't force this congestion pricing thing, that wouldn't hurt so many people. If we were able to drive our cars into the city and not have to worry about paying congestion pricing, guess what? So many people in Long Island wouldn't have this problem. Now that she's done messed up all the trains and made it to the point where you have no choice but to take the train, now you're going to feel the bite of this. Just to let you guys know what's coming up. Also, I'm just going to say what had to happen. They had to fix those tunnels at some point. What you want, the rail sliding when the trains start coming up the pathway? At some point, you got to fix that corrosion. You got to fix all of that stuff. I got an idea. How about she take some of that $107 million that they allegedly stole from congestive pricing and help Amtrak out? How about that? Because y'all using it for the MTA. So if y'all want to ask, hey, can y'all hold off and do this right here at nighttime and on the weekend? And we got $20 billion to help y'all with that we allegedly stole from these people when it comes down to congested pricing. How about that? That's a way that you might get it to happen. Yeah, let's go. I'm in the comments, y'all. Let's go. I'm in the comments. Whoever's here, let's go. Let's go. What we got? Oh, okay. What else we got? We got Mike says anything would be better than cackles. There you go. We got a Pine Top. No, Trump is not good. Like any politician, upholding the status quo. What else we got here? Bill Andy says, this looks like about a $500 million project for those tunnels. Who do you think will pay for that? You already know, Bill Andy, we're going to pay for it like we always do. They're going to put it on top of the working man like they always do. It's like another thing that we got to carry because they don't care. Another tax, another way to make it on our backs, right? Another way to make us pay. What else we got here? We got the greatest says, how did Nick find me and how many times did he save me? Okay, what else we got here? What else do we got here? Let's see. We're going to keep on going, y'all. We got Mike that says, Darvo. Okay, what else we got? We're just trying to stay on topic. Amtrak refused to sell me tickets with my service animal. I was told they can't travel more than 7 hours. Damn, that's messed up. I love dogs. I love service animals. That's messed up, y'all. Do me a favor, y'all. Y'all like the content? Like VIP Auction Group says, like, share, and subscribe to content. We're not even acknowledging people that's up in here trolling now. Whatever they're doing, making these other accounts and all of that, I don't have to say what they're saying. So we're going to just act like they're not here. And we're going to just scroll past what they're saying. Let's keep on going, y'all. Tony Yu says, all right, Kendra, I look like the host, but lighter. What else you got here? Uh-oh, please stop with the capital letters. It's okay. It helps my eyes. I got bad eyes, so don't worry about it. Yes, term limits. No one said they want a king at Jesus. Welcome at Cherie from London. Welcome, Cherie from London. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for coming here. Okay, y'all. Now we got some updates from the White House where Carolyn Levitt is talking about the bill that they're about to pass. Now we got some other information. This bill right here, I actually love this bill. I don't want to go fast by this bill because I think it's going to help a lot of women and a lot of people that have been taken advantage of when it comes down to the internet. It's called the Take It Down Act. And what happens with the Take It Down Act that Yvonne, that the first lady basically put in play means that if you put a photo up of somebody in a certain sort of way, no clothes or something like that, or some way that they're not supposed to be up there, the app or that company has to take down that image within, I think it's 24 or 48 hours. That's actually a good thing. So a lot of people are not going to have their images up like that. And it's basically letting these apps know and let people know that we're doing something to fight putting up people's images when it comes down to, sexually orientated things or something like that. Or like maybe you might see a picture of somebody that doesn't want their photo to be on a certain website. You can now tell that website, look, this is my photo. I want you guys to take that image down. Okay, y'all, I want y'all to see this right here. I want you guys to check this out right here because this is part of the Take It Down Act. Check this out.
And guided through Congress by our wonderful First Lady, Melania Trump, including through her direct advocacy on behalf of survivors during her passage, the passage efforts. The Take It Down Act criminalizes the publication of non-consensual intimate imagery and requires social media and similar websites to remove such content within 48 hours of notice from a victim. The First Lady thanks all those who voted in favor of this important legislation, and the President looks forward to signing it when it arrives on his desk. Today officially marks 100 days of promises made and promises kept by President Trump. This has truly been the most historic start to a presidency in American history. After building the greatest...
It isn't just about where you work. It's about what you can do when you have freedom from it. The virtual
economy in the world in his first term as president. President Trump is in the process of doing that all over again. The American people trust in President Trump. Since his first day in office, President Trump has focused on defeating the Biden inflation crisis, bringing down the cost of living, and making the United States the best place in the world to do business, invest, create jobs, and innovate. And President Trump's efforts are working. 345,000 jobs have already been added since the start of President Trump's term. Last month's jobs report saw nearly 100,000 more jobs than economists predicted, and it was the fourth highest month for private payroll growth in the past 2 years. 9,000 manufacturing jobs have been added to the economy already. This is a sharp contrast to the 6,000 manufacturing jobs that were lost each month in the final 2 years of the Biden administration. The U.S. employment rate remains at historic lows. And thanks to President Trump, Americans are seeing price relief for the first time in years. The last inflation report showed the first consumer price decline since the COVID pandemic, a decrease in energy prices, and real average hourly wage growth. President Trump is delivering on his promises to lower costs for American families and businesses. Prices across the board for everyday goods have seen declines since this president was inaugurated. From airfare to used motor vehicles to prescription drugs, prices are dropping. In fact, last month's drop in the price of prescription drugs was the largest ever recorded. And after Joe Biden botched the response to the bird flu, President Trump and Secretary Rollins' aggressive plan have brought down wholesale egg prices more than 50% from Inauguration Day.
Okay, you guys, I want to know. I keep on asking this and I constantly ask because this is what we're concerned about. Eggs, potato chips, food that we actually have to consume. And that's important to me. Because let me tell you something. I think there's a lot of price gouging going on out here. Yeah, they said that when we have more energy and when we drill, baby, drill, and when we see more gasoline prices going down, the cost of efficiency and stuff like that start to get better. Why don't we really see the prices going down in the supermarkets? Yes, the egg prices have went down, but what about them damn potato chips? I'm still on a mission for the potato chip prices. Wise, you're a potato chip company, I'm on your ass. I'm paying attention to you. I'm paying attention to you. Why? Because you keep on selling us the 50-cent bag of potato chips for $2.50, and we ain't going for it no more. We want to see those prices go down too. We live in the hood. We in the neighborhoods. All this price gouging going on. We're not stupid. We see what's going on at the supermarkets and stuff like that. Y'all want to have one item for $10 or $5. I went to buy some deodorant yesterday from Walgreens. The price was $9.87. How the hell am I going to survive with one stick of deodorant for $9.87? I understand that people are stealing out of Walgreens like crazy, so check this out. I didn't buy that deodorant from Walgreens. I'll tell you straight up and down what I did. I don't care. Walked across the street to the 99-cent store. I said, excuse me, how much is that deodorant right there? $5. Paid the $5 and kept it moving. But it let me know that Walgreens may not be in business for too long because the people in the neighborhood can't afford it. Why? Because people are going in there stealing too much. And we know the circle of what's going on. We understand. But I'm going right back to the other part when it comes down to the prices of actual goods and products need to really be seen. We need to see it go down. I want to see that damn circle on that bag of potato chips that says $2.25. I want that damn circle to go down to $1. I want to see that. Then I'm going to say, okay, maybe it's some prices changing and stuff going on around here because the store owner ain't get it. Wise ain't get it. Bonton ain't get it. Chips Ahoy ain't get it. And I know that's stuff that we're not supposed to be eating, but that's what's in the stores in the neighborhoods that we live in. I'm in the comments. I want to know what you guys got to say. You get 10 chips, a bag of air. Thank you, VIP Auction Group. What else y'all got? Charles says, man, I will not agree with that crap. I am not a Trump fan, so I'll leave if I'm not in the wrong place. She is spilling propaganda. You said she. You can say what you want here. Don't worry about that. I'm not gonna kick you out for being who you are and having your place. This is not a Trump channel or whatever. Are y'all crazy? This is an open channel. Long as y'all don't be disrespectful and spam, y'all can do that. Get her back. Whoever you. Yo, if you got somebody that you want to debate with, let me see what this person is saying right here. Charles Cooper. If you got a problem with somebody up in here, you want to debate with them, get busy in the comments and just don't be disrespectful. I love to see that. I love to see when people going back and forth with great constructive criticism. Go ahead and do what you got to do. I got to defend myself when they make fun about my big head. So, hey, go ahead and do what you got to do. Just don't be disrespectful. Batty Lynn said, Walgreens is overpriced anyways. I only shop there in emergency. Garrett says 3 chips and 3 chips for $1. Still gonna be happy? Question mark. Mark says, you're so right. Everyone is ripping us off. They think we stupid. Yo, people like Mark, that's what I'm talking about. Do me a favor, Mark. I don't care if it's just me, you, and 5 people. People that got common sense, please join this channel because y'all know what's going on out here. What else y'all got? Let's make cost of living go down 50%. Whoever that is, Dom Dada. Bang! That's right. I love that comment right there. Fire. Dave Nasty says, made me so mad. That's the goal. Doritos still came out and cost $3.50 for a small bag. Garrett says, I'm in the hood too, bro. I get it. Yeah, man, I shop at Dollar General. Private says Pringles ain't get it. That's what I'm saying, y'all. $1.29 for the little ass Pringle thing. They trying to play us, y'all. And y'all, I don't care. I'm going in today on this. I don't care if I get stuck on Pringles and whatever we're talking about. I want to see that damn circle in that Wise bag. That's about 4 ounces that you might get on the airplane that used to come in the party mix bag. They selling us the party mix bag for $2.50. How about we just stop buying that shit? Because I know I don't buy it. Please excuse me for cursing. Don't curse. Stop cursing. You never do that. Stop cursing. Okay. Okay, Naman. May I for change me lingo because it's time for me to go all the way pong the Jamaican side now. Me not yard man, but me have a couple friend them who speak patois. So sometimes them may have a conversation for them to understand what's going on, right? So right now, this here going straight out to everyone them in Jamaica, in Kingston particularly, right? Because my people in Jamaica has a problem them. Let me get back to English. Jamaica, patois, nearly 40 homeless after a fire. It's not even nothing funny. I don't know why I did that, and I apologize. But 40 people in Kingston, Jamaica has lost their homes. I'm hoping that they find a new place to stay, and I'm hoping that they're able to, that no one got hurt. That's number one, and that they're able to find refuge. I apologize if I was making jokes earlier, just going into Jamaican patois, but this is a serious situation. Want you guys to see what's going on with this. I like to cover everywhere, not just a couple of areas. If you don't get the demo from it, you might see 1,000 plays on these videos. I still bring them to our platform so that we can still get some notoriety about what's going on. And I think that this story needs to have that because of what happened. Check this out, you guys. Keep on bringing that one up. Here we go. Let's go.
Welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com as well as TVJ International in the Cayman Islands.
Up first this evening, an estimated 40 persons were made homeless after fire gutted several houses in a tenement at the intersection of Charles Street and Luke Lane in downtown Kingston.
The fire started sometime after 8, but no injuries were reported. The victims are blaming the fire department for the late arrival.
Annette Wright looked around what's left of her 4-bedroom structure in disbelief. Her furniture now turned rubble.
I get up, about in the 6 o'clock, I sweep up the air as usual on the road. Anyway, one little boy did missing from Friday from around here, so you know, a community, so I leave because my sister them talk, so I leave and we are talk about it and whatever. She over there now, me sleep on, murder, Jesus, Annette, fire!
She's one of nearly 40 people left homeless by the fire which gutted about 8 houses in the tenement. Annette recalled she was outside when she heard someone screaming fire. But when she got there to remove her belongings, it was too late.
I have to just stand up and just a ball and I watch them about. I mean, I ball like through the things I'm about. I'm just my situation. I mean, I have nowhere to go. If you go catch with people and them something at my age, you know, make it.
Ingrid Bailey was awoken by the commotion. She too lost everything.
I was asleep. I heard the loud noise. The next door neighbor, her name is Lorraine. She started crying out, fire, fire, fire. So I jumped out of my bed. And the first thing I could grab was my pocketbook and my hat, my sunglasses.
Kellyanne Dixon was helping to prevent another house from burning, totally unaware that hers was on fire. She suffered heavy losses.
The only thing I save is a fridge and a mattress. 1 barrel of clothes and my baby father was gonna find. My baby father gonna find February 2nd and him left everything in a females give me plus my one. So everything but
the residents say if the fire unit came earlier than it did, more could have been saved.
Half an hour, my house not catch all now, I just over this alone. And when I see it catch the door now, so I run out the road and start crying. And the man drive go up there again. And if the next fire truck come empty up there, them say, them go full up and come back.
The victims believe moving forward will be tough.
Damn, 40 homes, and all of these people lost all of their belongings. See, this is why I want to make this platform much bigger than it is right now. I know you guys think it like I was laughing and making jokes before, but this is the real reason why I wish that we can, let's say, donate to people like this. Because let me tell you something. $5,000, $10,000, a few $1,000s would tremendously help these people right here. Like Annette, whatever her last name was, it would be fantastic for people to just, everybody could send her like $5. You know what would have happened if 30,000 people from this platform were to send them people $5? How much that would help them out and how much they would appreciate it. 30,000 subscribers we have here, 30,000 plus. That's why I want to be able to get us to the point where I can make those moves like that. When I get red, people in trouble. I've had millionaires already say that to me. Man, when you get rich, it's going to be crazy. People going to be in trouble. Why? Because immediately, that's who you make it rain to. That is where you make it rain. You help people out like that. And you see nobody told that story because it's only 40 homes and it's in Kingston, Jamaica, and probably a lot of people don't want to watch it because of the way that they're speaking patois or whatever like that. Well, guess what? We playing it here and we're going to hopefully get some notoriety on what's going on out there. And if anybody want to send them people some money or can figure out a way to do it, that'd be a great way to do it. I'm not going to put together no GoFundMe because I swear to you, every time I mention $1 on this platform, grifter, he's trying to steal something. So what I got to do is just get it and make it happen when I can. It is what it is, y'all. It's harsh realities of life. Sometimes you got to have tunnel vision until you get to where you got to go. God, I want to pray for these people and all of these families that lost their belongings. I hope that Annette and the rest of the people in that community have a quick and speedy recovery. I hope all of them find somewhere to stay. And I'm glad that nobody got hurt in the fire. I ask for you to protect them, and I ask you to do this now. In Jesus' name, I say amen. That's what we do. We don't wait. When somebody asks me to pray for them, I do it right then and there. I don't wait. Now we're going to keep on moving, you guys, because anybody in Miami, matter of fact, I want to see what you guys have to say about this right here. What we got here? We got Marielle that says, it is terrible. Feel bad for people losing their homes and life's possessions. Batty Lynn, there you go. Amen. Thank you so much. Mike says, amen. Love you guys for this. That's dope. Hopefully they get the resources from the government that they need also. Bill Andy says, Christine's bye. What else we got? Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Kendra, so much. Onas and Party. What else we got? Kansas. Amen. There you go. Pray for our country, bro. Like USA, we have a lot more stuff to worry about. I do that every single day, Andre. Every day. Every day. Chiefs Nation here. What else we got up in here, y'all? See, this channel is we try to really express what's going on around the world and not just be tunnel vision, because we have to shed light on different areas and not just ourselves. You guys appreciate the content. I want y'all to go ahead and double tap that screen. This way we can get more people up in here. And have a blessed day, Christina, no doubt. Charles says, I believe that to be true. And Tim Hart says, I like to donate that stank they love in Jamaica. Come on, man. Tim, stop it. Dave says Burkina Faso. There you go. What else we got? We got Take Care. Okay, we're going to keep on going, you guys, because whoever's in Miami, I'm going to need y'all to step to the front of the... Come on. Step to the front of the congregation. Come on, come on. This is a perfect example of something that probably was prevented before it actually happened. Miami, a student was arrested over a weapon in a high school in Broward County. Now, they just started putting metal detectors in this school that I'm telling you guys about. And luckily they did, because this particular school had someone come inside of the school and he actually had a weapon on him. I want you guys to see this story. Everybody in Miami, come to the front of the class, y'all. Check this out.
Also developing tonight, a scare at school. Student has been arrested there after a gun was found on campus. And Local 10's Annalise Garcia live outside Miramar High School with how police say they found the weapon. Annalise?
Calvin, definitely a scary situation for a lot of these students. It was a metal detector that caught this as he was on his way in. School security acted quickly, and now he's in custody.
Today it was crazy. It was a crazy incident.
A school scare in Miramar Monday morning.
Glad we're all safe.
Police tells us a student brought a firearm to the campus of Miramar High School.
It's wild to bring a gun to school knowing that there's metal detectors.
On his way into the building, school security caught it, all thanks to a metal detector.
They caught, the person with the gun, it kept from escalating to some serious.
At the beginning of the 2024-2025 school year, Broward County Schools implemented metal detectors at all high schools.
So that situation, I think that's good that they caught it.
Students and visitors must pass through the detectors at school entry points, all with the goal to enhance school safety and prevent weapons and prohibited items from entering campuses. Well, Monday, that's exactly what happened. School security acted quickly, and that student was arrested by Miramar police. The gun was confiscated. Police say the firearm wasn't loaded, and the student didn't have any ammunition.
I got in the classroom, next thing you know, Mr. Porter on Mike, he's talking about, we should not be doing this. We should not, violence not the answer.
Broward County Public Schools and the principal released a statement addressing the incident that reads in part, "I want to assure you this situation did not involve any threats toward our school, students, or staff. The student will face appropriate school disciplinary measures. School safety is everyone's responsibility. Parents are encouraged to remind your children about the severe consequences of bringing weapons or other banned items onto school campuses."
Okay, now it's time for Bugatti to come clean. All right, I'm gonna come clean on this one. Junior high school, Booker T, Washington, 107th Street, Manhattan Avenue, between 107th Street and 108th Street, between Manhattan and Amsterdam Avenue. I used to go through on Columbus Avenue. I used to go to that school. There was a lot of, let's just say, Dominican guys that went to that school, and they didn't like me as much. I used to talk to girls, do my thing, whatever. Junior high school, right? Long story short, one day, this guy came up to me, and he had like 3 other guys with him, and they were going to jump me. Luckily, I got away. When I got home, I said, man, when I go to school the next day, I know that they're going to try to do something to me. I had a BB, right? Put it in my book bag, went to school. At that time, there weren't any detectives. Got into school, the guys surrounded me, I took it out. They went running, everybody got crazy. An assistant principal came in, brings me into her office. I got kicked out of public school altogether, wound up going to 600 schools. I think I wound up going to Brandeis after that, but situation happened where I wound up getting out of there. School was just a different thing for me. So I could understand why a child would feel this way if they feel like they're being bullied or if they're being surrounded or something like that. I'm not condoning it, just telling you how it could possibly happen. Okay, you guys, I came clean and told you my story, and that's what happened to me. And so it is. What else? Kendra, that's why I learned Spanish in high school. And why? Yeah. Okay, you got to learn Spanish in New York because if you don't, they're going to know what you're doing. Yes, Booker T, Washington. That's right, y'all. Booker T is on 108th Street and Columbus Avenue. Dave said that happened just when it started becoming a regular thing, and now it's every week. Okay, WWE wrestler. What else you got here? You got Bill Andy. Hey, kid, remember, don't take any weapons to school. Are you kidding me? Question mark. Yeah, Kendra says, can we get some more likes before the end of the show? It costs $0. And again, let me just tell the kids, whoever's watching this, if you do see this program, I do not condone taking weapons to school. I do not condone fighting. You know what I condone? Snitching. That's what I condone now. Tell the teacher, tell the principal. They trying to jump me. Them right there. Whatever, call me what you want. Call me what you want. You see them right there. They trying to, I'm telling. You know why? Because that's going to alert adults and let them know what happened. And then you got a better chance of them bringing everybody in the office and y'all sitting down. And then y'all know it's going to happen. Because sometimes, I'm going to tell you something, it's really rough out here, especially when it comes down to bullies. They deal with a lot at home and they bring that stuff to school. That weapon was probably something that kid was using when he was out after school. You never know what he was doing. Every kid ain't an angel. and or his somebody that was using his book bag or something like that in a certain neighborhood to do something. You never know. Oh man, I forgot to take my such and such out of such and such bag. Next thing you know, they go to school with it and they caught. It happens. Yeah. Bad neighborhoods, bad brothers, bad family members put something in your bag. You don't even know. It could have been it's all sorts of probabilities of what happened here. But all I'm trying to tell you is when it comes down to the bullying aspect, we have to understand that can happen. So we have to communicate with our children as well. Communicate and let them know it's okay to tell me if you got a problem. I'm not going to look at you like no punk, and you're not. Don't worry about what nobody say about you, because I care about you more. And I'm not going to come down on you. I want to protect you. You get protected better at home than you do out in them streets. And they got to understand that. The problem also starts where, you guys? Y'all know, y'all got common sense. Home training. Because if he never came from home with that, it would have never happened. We got to keep on going, you guys, because now we're going to California. Come on, California. You guys heard about the road rage? Yeah, you heard about road rage, right? Well, what about home rage? A neighborhood in siege when a crazy shooting happened. I want you guys to see how this happened about tree trimming. Also, this is what I want to tell you guys. I learned that my anger could get me in trouble when I was young. I said, you know what? You got to think about the stuff that you do before you get in trouble. And there's certain stages in life where I just worked on that, got better. Worked on that, got better. Worked on this and got better. I am still a work in progress. So I ain't perfect. None of us are. That's why we do this and why we communicate with each other to get these messages out and to learn. So now, this situation happened in California where for some reason, the next door neighbor got peed off about a tree trimming situation. Oh, you cut my tree. It was leaning over my side of the fence, this and that. Next thing you know, the person came out, powed the person. Now that person's hurt, and now you got to go to jail for the rest of your life. Now you sitting there thinking, I'm arrested because of a tree that's going to keep on growing. That's what I'm saying. Before you guys get into stuff, try to think a second before you get into it. That's all I want to say. We getting into this clip right here. I want you guys to check this out. I know that was a lot of talking right there because I can't be long-winded, but I wanted you guys to see what was going on with this. So let's go. This neighborhood is basically feeling a bite after this happened in California.
Shut down behind me more than 18 hours after police shot and killed an armed suspect. Take a look right here behind me. Arroyo Drive is shut down for about 2 blocks here behind us. And police tell us this all started over a dispute between neighbors. The sounds of gunfire erupting, all caught on camera by a photographer heading to the scene. Neighbors in this Winston Manor neighborhood originally thought it could have been fireworks around 6 on Monday night.
We have a lot of fireworks around here. We've got some people who put on some pretty impressive displays, and it doesn't matter what time of year, but these were gunshots.
Police showed up to a house on Arroyo Drive after calls about a disturbance with a neighbor.
I understand it was a dispute over a tree that was hanging over that he cut back. And it's tragic that even that individual, again, he tried to resolve the situation the wrong way.
Though police haven't confirmed what the dispute was over, they say the suspect started firing at them and into a home with people inside several times shortly after they showed up. Officers then fired their weapons at the suspect, which they say was a man in his 60s. He was pronounced dead at the scene. This activity prompting a brief shelter in place to homes in the area.
It says on the thing from next door to shelter in place, so that's exactly what I did. I just want to make sure everybody at home was safe. I didn't want anybody to leave the house. And I locked the door.
A neighbor in the area of the shooting was also injured and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the suspect was in possession of both a handgun and a shotgun. And no officers were hurt in this shooting. And while we are still working to get more information from police about what led up to this shooting, officers do tell us they received multiple 911 calls about this armed individual who was later killed. Live in South San Francisco, Lena Howland, ABC.
Yeah, that's messed up, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't pay when it comes down to anger and getting stressed out about something. Now think about that. He done lost his home. Somebody done lost their life. And for what? Over a damn tree cut back? Because my neighbor, oh, y'all know how it gets when neighbors get the angries and go back and forth. Think about this. It ain't worth it. hell with that damn tree. If it's that bad, I'm moving. I'll sell this damn house. From now on, that's how I'm thinking. Go ahead, whatever. The tree got cut back, whatever, because something like that is much worse. Or take them to court. How about that? Tell on them, take them to court. Because sometimes ignorance, you can't deal with ignorance but one way. My neighbor's getting on my nerves. It's been this long. Take them to court. There's no need to hurt somebody and lose your freedom or their lives about it. Come on, y'all. Y'all know better than that. This situation right here, I'm not even gonna make light of what the possibility could have been because I'm thinking it's a TikTok video or I'm thinking it's a twerk sort of thing. And I'm terrible at twerking and I should be. Okay, the reason I'm saying this is because in St. Louis, everybody from St. Louis, this is a story that not many people were talking about. It's about a young girl and her parents of a teen who fell off, this teenager fell off of an SUV while she was dancing and basically got hit by a fire truck. This is terrible right here. So all of these TikTok fads and these crazes that's going on, you guys got to be careful about this. I want you guys to see this right here, what happened in St. Louis with this very young teenager who basically lost her life doing a TikTok video dancing on the top of a car. Look at this, you guys.
Nyla Simmons' family and friends are left remembering the teen. They say she was a social butterfly that loved a good time, doing just that last night when she lost her life. Now her parents are asking people to learn from her mistakes and be safe while having fun. It was around 11:20 p.m. Saturday night when a night of fun took a tragic turn. Police say an Escalade stopped at a red light once the truck took the left turn. 18-year-old Nyla Simmons, who was dancing on top of the car, fell off. Moments later, she was hit by a fire truck that was responding to a call. Nyla Simmons' parents at a loss for words, trying to describe what happened to their daughter less than 24 hours ago.
And it's a lot of people gonna miss her, but we ain't gonna never be the same. I'm still in shock right now.
They say Nyla was attending a friend's prom send-off prior to the accident.
We just wanted the best for Nyla. Nyla, the incident, it's just tragic the way she died, but that's what hurt the most, the way she died. When Nyla was out having fun, that's what she liked, having fun, hanging with her friends.
Nyla was the youngest of 5. She graduated from Parkway North High School last year and was set to start cosmetology school at Grabber School of Hair Design on Monday.
I'm highly distraught that I don't get to see what she was going to become.
Her parents say they don't blame her friends. They were just teens being teens, saying no one could have ever guessed that the night would end up with Nyla losing her life.
But we all been young before. Yeah. We all done did some type of things where it could have ended up bad for us.
The parents wanting everyone to learn from Nyla's mistakes, hoping this incident can stop another teen from doing the same.
And we want all her people and her friends to take this and learn from it. Don't get on top of a car, y'all.
Remembering Nyla Simmons as their youngest baby who lit up every room she went into.
Nyla was going to be an entrepreneur. Nyla was going to be great in this world, and it's tragic that she's not here.
Although police say the investigation is still ongoing, everyone involved did stay at the scene and cooperated with police.
Yeah, so TikTok dance or maybe twerking, dropping it or something like that. Basically, they already admitted to it, having fun. And like the parents say, they don't want to get mad at the teens. They were just teens having fun, just reckless fun that they should have been more careful. We in the comments, y'all. Bill Andy says, another cosmetology student, God rest your soul. Dave says, and yeah, I'm just fine. I grew up here. What else we got? Who else we got? Tom says they probably don't believe it even happened yet. Yeah, they don't even believe it yet. Dave says there was a massacre behind my old apartment too. Not saying I always lived in the safest areas of Chicago. Ooh, Freedom says should have taught her better. Ooh, Freedom, yeah, man, shouldn't did nothing like that. Batty Lynn said that is so sad and could have been prevented. Please reach your children to stay off of moving vehicles. Okay, y'all. Kendra at Dave, how are you mentally? Did it traumatize you? Question mark. VIP Auction says, yo, people car surfed in the 80s, not me. Hell no. I don't blame you, VIP. Dave Nasty says, I know it wasn't common in the 80s. 30 years later, though, I watched it just happen in front of me. Damn, for real, Dave? For real? Hosea says, I'm drinking coffee, looking at my Donald Trump picture on the wall. There you go. Freedom says, don't have the farm. It's crazy out here. Don't leave the farm. It's crazy out here. Charles says, you better be terrible at twerking or I'm about to unsubscribe. Mickey said, that's something true. Hate right there. Yeah, okay. Oh, that was the good one. VIP Auction Group says in the 80s, we had a junior high school bring a pew-pew to middle school, and he 86 another student during school. We were mortified. That wasn't common in the 80s. The damn sure wasn't, man. Damn sure wasn't. I want to slip something in right now because I don't know if you guys saw this clip right here, but y'all got to see it. It's some back and forth between President Trump and this ABC News host, the one that kept on popping up that I didn't play. I got to play this clip for y'all. I got to play it because this is something where this ABC News host says the fraud and referrals haven't resulted from nothing in DOGE. I want you to see what President Trump got to say about this. He went in on this one, y'all, right at him. Watch this.
That there's wasteful government.
Yeah.
When your vehicle is out of warranty, it's not a matter of if, but when it'll break down. Get the protection you need.
Elon Musk and DOGE. Everyone knows that there's wasteful government spending. It's really important. But the cuts have had some serious consequences. There have been cuts to foreign aid programs that save lives and keep people alive overseas. There's been research at the National Institutes of Health on cancer, on Alzheimer's, that has had to be stopped. And the question I think people have is, did DOGE go too far, too fast, too recklessly?
No, I think DOGE has been, look, saved $150 billion. We saved, that's a lot of money. There's also a lot of things right now under investigation, which is going to increase that amount by a lot. That's a tremendous amount of money. There were some things where, when I heard about them, I put them back, as you know. There are things that I'm considering right now putting back, but overall, we've saved hundreds of billions of dollars.
Well, the original promise was $2 trillion, went to $1 trillion, now to $150 billion, and heading south.
You don't know what it's going to be because we have things that are at a very high level that are being looked at right now. We also found tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse, as you know. We found a lot of fraud. There was a lot of fraud. Fraudulent things were taking place. And we ended that, and those people are going to be suffering because of it.
A legal note, fraud is a crime. There have been no referrals to the Justice Department at any.
Well, you don't know that, do you? How do you know that?
Ooh, watch this, watch this.
Have there been referrals to the?
How would you know that there were no referrals? I think there were referrals.
They generally, all right, there's been no investigation from the Justice Department.
How do you know that?
I'm asking you, sir.
No, you're not asking me. You made a statement. You're not
now
asking
I'm
me.
asking you.
That was a statement that you made. There have
I'm
been.
asking you.
Have there been? Yes, there have.
So there have been referrals for fraud from the work of
Of course there have
DOGE.
been. Take a look at some of these things that took place. Billions of dollars were given to people for no reason whatsoever. Of course there have been.
I want to bring up what is truly to a lot of people, one of the biggest achievements of your first term. That is Operation Warp Speed. You got that COVID vaccine up and going and distributed, and a lot of people took it, and a lot of people that feel their lives have been saved by it. Now we have this measles outbreak, biggest in a decade in Texas, and it's because people aren't getting their children vaccinated. Do you recommend to parents that they get their children vaccinated for measles?
Well, I recommend the governors to make the decisions. You have a very talented governor of Texas, and he's making decisions, and those decisions are going to be made rapidly. This is a very much different thing than COVID in terms of rapidity and speed and other things. Measles have been with us a long time, and I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying that the governors are making the decision. It's a federalist decision.
The president is our leader in so many ways, and your voice counts so much. And you can't tell moms and dads, it's a good thing to get a measles vaccine.
Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. I
Okay.
recommend it, yeah.
Got it. That was
Do I
my
mandate
question.
it? No.
No, I didn't.
But
ask
I
you.
do recommend it, yes.
Good. Do you think
And I have recommended it.
Do you think the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has a history of, at the very least, vaccine skepticism, do you think Kennedy recommends the measles vaccine?
He did. He did. He recommended it. Yeah, he did.
You're satisfied with his
Yeah, I mean, he
Response on this?
recommended that they go out and get the vaccine.
Okay.
Every great business starts with 3 simple letters.
I started an LLC. I could have paid. Answered a lot of stuff in that back and forth. You guys saw when he was basically saying that wasn't a question. You made a statement. Y'all saw how he was like, okay, let me re-engage this question right here because I'm about to send him over the top. Y'all saw that right there, right? Y'all saw that, right? What else y'all got? What y'all got over here? Y'all got Pfizer fam gang, says Randy. What else you got? What else y'all got up in here? Dave says he makes Lou Dobbs his lunch. You saw that, right? There you go. Trump has the best Lou Dobbs hunch. Randy. Dave Nasty says JWS. I love Diddy says whatever your name is. Bill Andy says it was a statement that he made. You call him out, Trump, these snakes. Yo, you saw that, right? You saw that, Bill? Y'all saw that, right? That's why I had to let y'all see that. Randy Smith says, Moran, you better run. Okay, what else y'all got right here? Kendra says, at Charles, you're correct. I was raised with both parents, one Christian and one Jehovah. I went from a good girl to bad girl really quick after I left New York at the age of 16. I moved to Florida. Uh-oh, she in Florida. Dave Nasty says, has there been cuts to Donald's hair? Floof. He's like a little wispy Pomeranian. Ooh, that's crazy. Jeffrey says, I hate when they ask insincere questions. You caught that, huh, Jeffrey? Randy says, role player taking on the champ. Douglas says, all a bunch of filth. What happened, Leland says, and it wasn't stopped. LOL. Was waste of boogie bandwidth. Do me a favor, you guys, if y'all appreciate the content, I want y'all to double tap that screen. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, let's go ahead and get that done because we got another one. And this one right here is a fantastic story I want you to see. It's about an 11-year-old boy who can imitate over 50 bird noises. I'm talking about This kid right here is no joke. And his story is so heartwarming. And y'all already know how we do it around here. Stick around. You're going to love this story. I promise you. Let's get into this. Let's get into this right here. You guys got to see this because y'all already know I got to bring y'all to love. Let's go. Ain't that a good story right there, y'all? Come on.
When it comes to starting your business,
y'all know how we do here. Y'all already know how we do it. I want to know what you guys think about the story. I'm in the comments. What y'all got over here? We got Kendra says, I pray that he's protected. Okay, Kendra. What else we got? Autism isn't a disability. It's a different ability, says VIP. Randy Smith says, oh my goodness. Okay. What else we got? Dot Focus says, laughing my F.O. Oh, he got all the chicks now. He got all the chicks, right, Dot Focus? No doubt. Dave Nasty says, I would be lying to him about where the nuggets come from. I ain't cooking these from them to be soy, cauliflower, Frankenstein nuggets. Okay. Tweaking Panda says, birds must be cool for autism. They are smart and funny animals. Help in keeping them engaged. There you go. Randy says, how I get girls. You better learn some bird calls, Randy. Okay, Kendra Walker says, that's a break from all the bad news. Awesome news. You already know how we do it. You know how we do it. Birdman. Heartwarming story, says VIP. Tim Hart says, autism is a wonder of the world. Randy says, he's Fred Jones from Looney Tunes. Okay, Jeffrey Spinkler says, oh my, that is amazing. Dave says he needs an emu farm. Just so you guys know, I've already seen him going on like the Jennifer Hudson show. The kid's actually getting a lot of traction right now, and he deserves it. I hope that it helps to build up his character and other kids with autism. Look at that as a pioneer and move forward and do what they feel that they can do and let them know that there's no limit to what you can do when you're a kid. Keep on moving and don't listen to negativity. You guys do me a favor. If you appreciate the content that we got going on here, double tap that screen. Also, if you like what we show here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we're trying to get to 40,000 subscribers. We feel like we deserve it. We put in the work. We do the right type of pooling. And we also, even though we have to show the negative, we also make sure that we show the positive and the heartwarming stories as well. That's what we always got to do. I want you guys to make sure that when you go outside today, y'all get some fresh air, y'all drink some water, and smile for no reason. It's sun out, you're going to be able to, even if it's raining, I don't care if it's a storm out there. I want you guys to understand that you've been brought here for another day, and problems present opportunities. Don't look at a problem in a negative manner. Look at it in a positive manner. It's already telling you what the solution is. All you got to do is find it. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you guys, y'all know what to do right now. It's time to talk about that money, 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 money. Money. Go ahead into the description area. We got about $500 today. That's right, $500 worth of surveys. Fill out a survey. See if it has to do with something that you're interested in. You might be able to make some money. I'll make some money too. Why not? That's what we're up to right now. Also, we have solidified our first location on 145th Street and Broadway. For what? The Show Your Talent show that's going to be coming to all 5 boroughs, where I'm going to be the host. That's right. Y'all see me right there. That's me right there. I'm the host. You guys are going to come out. You're going to show me your talent in the Bronx. You're going to show me your talent in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island. And basically, if I think your talent is hot, boom, you're going to make $250. And after we give money to everybody in every borough, we're going to bring all of the grand finale people together, and that's where you get a chance to win. That's right, $1,000, y'all. That's right. So totally, it's $1,250, hosted by Big Drip Hard Punch. 14% alcohol by volume. Y'all see that right there? Y'all go in the liquor store, y'all ask for Big Drip. That's our drink right there, BIGG Drip. 14% alcohol. Imagine Welch's Grape with a great amount of vodka in it, and it's really banging, and it just tastes so good going down. That's what we got right there in that Big Drip. Go out, ask them liquor store owners. If you're 21 and older, go ahead and pick up that Big Drip, because we are now in effect in all 5 boroughs in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. And guess what? We're going to be bringing y'all the product. I can't wait to meet you guys. I want to see you guys there. Also, other states. I'm going to be coming and bringing this to Atlanta, bringing it to Los Angeles. We're going to be in VA. We're going to be everywhere with this Show Your Talent search, because I want to know who got the talent out there, and we're going to keep the program going after we leave New York. That's right. We're going to get to meet you guys. And last but not least, if you have a business, you might have a barber shop, a mobile detailing car detailing situation. You might be a mobile groomer. Send us your post over here. This is our network over here, not mine. This is our bottom line. Send it to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Send us your flyers. We're going to put it in the post section so that everybody here can see what you got going on and turn you on to some more business. And like I always tell you guys, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow at the 6 o'clock hour, y'all already know what it is. Stay healthy, have a fantastic day, and do what? Get 'em! I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go. Peace.